All right, here we go. It's December 1916. We got to do some national morale stuff here just to see what happens. And let's see, the weather, just to let you know, the weather for December is 1, which is mud. Everywhere we go. All right, here we go. Germany has everything, so it's just a straight up rule for Germany. A 1, so they're good. Austria-Hungary have lost 1 city, and they have a 1 for morale, low morale before, so there's a +2 to the die roll, and roll a 4, so that's a 6, so no problem. Ottomans are gone, Bulgarians are gone, France is gone, Italy just joined the war, Britain, United States is in unit, so it's a -1. Yeah, so 7 minus 1 is a 6, so they're good. Russia has lost 1 major city, but there's a link is open, so it's a straight up die roll. There's a 5. All right, so that's good. So Greece hasn't been in the war long enough. Neither has Romania. All right, so we don't have to worry about those two. All right, so nobody has any detrimental effects going on, so it's just straight up continuing the war, and we don't do anything again until March. So there we go. All right, we'll be back. All right, here we go. It is December 1916, Eastern Front. And the Germans had an offensive right here. They attacked 3-1 there. Basically knocked a few units out, demoralized 1, kicked it back to there. They did another attack that was like a 2.5-1 attack that was here to there. And kicked a unit out of there. Well, they wiped it out, basically. Trying to turn this flank around a little bit. The Austrians had almost a 3-1 attack here. And they attacked the Russians that had taken Lemberg, took Lemberg back. And the end result is now they got Lemberg back. So it's like the city of flipping hands. I think that's about the most I've ever seen one city flip hands before. It's like every other turn at the moment. So that's pretty much it for the Eastern Front. The Germans seem to be doing a little bit more offensive actions in the areas where if there's no dug-in troops at the moment for the Russians, that means it's a little easier to get the job done. Now, over here, Germans shipped in some new troops, formed a basic line right here and along there, so they probably can dig in the next turn. And you got Italian troops coming in over here, so the Italians can form a line there, and if the Germans can link up with it, they can basically stop any advance coming in at the moment. But we'll have to see what happens with that. Over here, and there was a British, some units right here. The rear guard got run down and taken out by the Germans. There was 3 German army groups right there, but they were the weak, the 463 versus the 574 infantry types, and well, they kind of got themselves handed to them. So ended up being they lost an entire army group out of the mix, and part of another one. So it was kind of a thrashing, but they did take out the last remnants of the British army that was rampaging through France since 1915. Yeah, but it just a matter of time. It took it, but here's the casualty lists right now. The Germans almost had their army practically built back up again, but they had some casualties, and I don't think the Austrians will ever get back to a full-size army ever again. But that's pretty much it when it comes to this turn. So there you can see it. All right, we'll be back. All right, turn 30. It's December 1916. Allies. Russians just moved up, plugged the hole, and fell back away from Lemberg because, well, their army isn't doing so well. The Romanians did move some of their, well, throw-off type troops over there just to keep the Austrians busy. If, you know, they will have to either focus on one or the other. They don't have an army one way or the other. So we'll just have to see what that happens. But not much happened over there. They didn't attack anywhere. Over here, the offensive did continue. The Greeks and the Brits attacked here and did take out 3 of the weak 463 type troops, corps, in their attacks. But the Greeks did lose some troops, and the British did lose some troops in the process. It was an exchange kind of deal that happened there. And so it was, they made it through one way or the other. They did attack, where was it, here. The Brits had a big attack that happened here. It took that unit, it was like 2, these are all stacks of 2 basically all through here. And it took them out fairly easily. And the cav is marching down the road right here, and they ran to this cav right here and just kind of stopped. And they have some troops sitting back here, 6 corps that landed by ship or sitting in the port, friendly port. Yep, just kind of relaxing in port at the moment. Is the Greeks used what rail they had to help move some British troops forward up that way, so they didn't have any more rail service left. So they're just kind of sitting there. And over here, you got the Americans and British troops that rebuilt or sitting in London, basically doing nothing. So it is kind of an interesting thing that's happened right now. It's kind of quiet. And other than a couple attacks, that was pretty much it. So that ends December 1916. There is no detrimental effects going on for anybody for the next 3 months. And there was some casualties. A war happened on both sides down here in the southeastern front. So we'll just see what happens in the future. All right, we'll be back.